Hi, hello, and welcome to the Unveiling series out of the box edition brought to you by Vortex of Abundance here at the Gorgeous Mystery School. My name is Serene Priestess Ablossi, again coming to you from the Gorgeous Mystery School. I'll be your oracle today. I'm just doing little sound things. It's really annoying me. Okay, there we go. Wonderful. I hope it's working because I'm annoyed. Annoying. Great. Okay, well, we tried, so there it is. So today we're gonna it's really unboxing because there's no wrapper. So that's what makes it the unveiling is if there's a wrapper. And, excuse me. And so what we're gonna do is just unbox it. Now there is a little bit of wrapping. Okay, and it's 78 cards, so I don't know if it is a tarot, an oracle. I went on around the internet looking. I spent some time on La Computadora. Inscribe. I already know about the packaging, so I'm excited about that because I have good marks. So what I like to do is see if I can peel off the label. It's a spiritual thing, and I can, so that's great. So I'm going to give the packaging 4.5 out of 5. So, creator, source, they don't do decimals. So 4 out of 5, simply because the book's not bigger. I may augment that, modify that rating before the end of the video, but we're not going to throw the box. So normally if we check the box, it's a sign that it gets 3 stars or less. Okay. So instead of 4.5 out of 5, I'll give it, so we're going to change, it. So we're going to say, 5 out of 5 crystal globes, crystal balls, or 10 out of 10 stars. So we'll give this 9 out of 10 stars because 4.5 is not a whole number. Okay. And usually it'll still be crystal balls because I like the 5. It's one hand. However, it's above average. I like the touch and texture of the box. It feels really great. I love little umlauts here, indentations where you can pull. So we have a little pulley outy thingy. I'll get better English. And it's sturdy. It doesn't look cheap, feel cheap. And then I really like it. It'll look beautiful on the bookshelf. The sticker pulled off. The only thing is the book's not so big. However, I might still have to give it 5 out of 5 because I can see from the back of the deck that most of the cards are readable. So in that case, the book doesn't need to be that large, okay? So why don't we just go ahead and look here. Talk about it. So this is the spells deck. And I think I bought it myself. I have a tendency to buy lots of jewelry and lots of books because it's one of the few things I collect: tarot decks, books, art, rugs, leather jacket, leather boots. That's it. Okay. I also like white, so if I see something cute and white, I'll get it. So it's 78 remedies, charms, and rituals for the modern mystic. And this is by Kat Cabral. She's a New York artist. She says she's been practicing magic for over 20 years. Enhance your life with magic. This enchanting deck features 78 rituals, spells, and recipes for love, empowerment, healing, and so much more. Brimming with alluring illustrations and powerful practices rooted in ancient traditions, this illuminating deck makes it easy to infuse each day with the wonders of magic. Okay, so she does have a working and a following. I know that. I don't know anything else about her. Now, the designer of this deck was Lizzie Vaughn, and it's distributed by Chronicle Books, published by Chronicle Books, okay, which is a subsidiary of another company. I don't know what it is. I do know that this company, Chronicle Books, has distributed and manufactured other decks, published other decks. I don't know much more about the company other than that. I didn't measure it. The illustrations are by Kim Knoll. The design and illustration again is by Kim Knoll. And yeah, great. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now it's manufactured in China, just saying, for those who care. And again, another look at the package here, the spells deck. So we're short on books and boxes for the unveiling. So it's unveiling when we remove the wrapper. It's unboxing when we just take it out of the box and keep going. Now there is some packaging here, so we might just call it an unveiling. Let's go ahead and begin. That's the book. It's very, very thin. The book is very, very thin. Very, very, very thin. Okay, so we're unveiling. Are you ready? Are you ready? Whoa. Okay, we did it. It's unveiled. Okay, so here's the book. It's not that. So the only thing so far is I cannot tell if it's an oracle deck or a tarot deck. Okay, so here's the table of contents. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. How many pages do we have here? 16 pages. Okay, so this is an oracle deck. It gives you 6 categories of cards: witches' tools, language of magic, bonds of love, abundance and good fortune, rights and purification or renewal, fires of passion and creativity, intuitive awareness, and witches' familiars. So again, there's rites of purification, fires of passion. So those are the 2 kinds of up below. And then we have witches' tools and witches' familiars. The familiars are the animal guides that appear on our path, revealing messages from their rich mythology. Witches' tools are useful tools that witches use to work magic, including the pentacle and altar, and the Book of Shadows, also known as a grimoire. You can use these cards as a divination tool, it says. It also has the Wheel of the Year, which, if you're a witch, the Samhain is when the year either begins or ends. For me, it starts on May Day, which is Beltane. So I'll read from Beltane. So we have Beltane, Midsummer, which is June 21st, also known as the solstice, Lungstada, or Lungstad, Mabon, and then Samhain, Yule, and Imbolc. Oh, also Ostra, which is kind of like Easter, but it's better because it actually is on the spring equinox. Okay, and Mabon is on the autumnal equinox, depending on where you are in the world. And that's the Wheel of the Year. So it talks about the moon, it goes through all the moon phases here. Well, not all, that was a big word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2%. So it only goes to new, dark, waning, waxing, and full. Okay, great. So what it did say here, use the phases of the moon to guide your magical work as witches have done for centuries. Consult with the current moon to see which time frame you're in. You pick a card that aligns with that music. English, come back. And pick a time that aligns with that phase's unique possibilities. Magical days, it goes Monday through Sunday. I start my week on Saturday personally, so we'll start there. Day of Saturn, day of the sun, Sunday, day of the moon, Monday, day of Mars, Tuesday, victory, success, sports, courage, sex, and taking action. I prefer Saturday. Tradition, structures, boundaries, discipline, hierarchy, legal matters, and success. Saturn rules the signs of Capricorn, and its colors are brown and black. Also dark, dark, dark blue, and yeah, I'm Saturnian. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, day of Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus, respectively. Make witchcraft a daily practice by taking note of the particular meanings of the days of the week. Hold and utilizing their potent energy for your highest good. Then it gives the guide to using these cards. Signs and symbols appear in our daily life as reminders that the collective unconscious of magic exists everywhere. We just need to learn to recognize them. Use this deck to unlock the intuitive powers we all possess. Excuse me a second. I'm gonna turn the heater down if you grant me a moment. Great, great, excellent, excellent. Throw that away. All right, so the magical days. Okay, then if you're a seeker, this is the using the cards part. With specific intentions in mind, you have many magical timing options to choose from: moon phases, planetary movements, and the seasons, which go up and down, just like the panic ponies go round and round. Witches work with these energies of nature along with the divine spirit to assist their magical work. Some witches follow certain forms of magical timing more than others, but be aware that they all affect each other. Okay, so it also talks about the practice of witchcraft, and it welcomes you. So welcome. The spells deck is a witch's divination tool and an all-level guide to rituals, spells, and recipes for magical occasions and intentions. Witchcraft is a practice that anyone can learn. It is universal and embedded in the fabric of every culture. Witches have existed for centuries, weaving the art of magic and passing down its wisdom to the next generation of seekers. Whether you are just beginning to harness the witch within you or have experience dancing underneath the full moon, these cards will provide information and foster intuition. They thought about them, but I'm sure they will. Okay, how to use this deck? You can use this deck in a variety of ways. If you have a clear intention in mind, like blessing a new home or attracting a mate, select a card from which one of the 8 categories to find one that aligns with your purpose. Are you looking for daily inspiration or a spiritual sign? Or are you just not sure what magic to do? Pick a card at random. The deck is a tool to sharpen your intuition, informing what next steps to take before casting your spells. Okay, so we read this, did this. Now there is another page. I'm going to read it. Let me focus for a second so I can actually read without making too many mistakes. I code switch a lot, go in and out of consciousness is one of the things that oracles have a problem with. So I'm not just an oracle, I'm also a medium. So it depends on what tune and frequency I tune in. I'm more of a collective oracle, not really one-on-one specific. I tend to shy away from individual one-on-ones because I could just fall into trance. Okay. So the practice of witchcraft, there is not one definitive path of witchcraft. It reflects the local peoples and histories, despite many different pantheons. Witches share a quest for enlightenment and empowerment, knowing that nature's power cannot be denied. Many witches gather for esbats, which near or on the full moon to cast spells and celebrate the 8 Sabbats holidays that fall within the wheel of the year. Whether you practice witchcraft with one or with many in a coven as a solitary practitioner is entirely up to you. Always take pride in your craft. Tend to your altar. Write your experiences in your book of shadows. Learn through spellcraft to communicate with the divine spirit all around us. When performing magical rites, don clothing reserved just for your craft, along with a talisman or necklace if you wish. Circles, like the moon, hold a sacred place in all or most of witchcraft, for they are the spaces where witches gather to practice magic. Be willing to learn from others approaching paths and deities unknown to you with the utmost respect. While the divine spirit is universal, be conscious of the appropriation and misuse of the spirit or its traditions. Learning from teachers and books written from the point of view of a respective culture is essential. Many novice witches begin by dedicating themselves to practicing magic for a year and a day. After the time, if a path speaks deeply to you, yes, this is something we do in the mystery school. I make you follow the nodal axis. So I'll tune into your chart and we'll pick a day, and then 18 months later, you'll have a review. And me and 2 other sisters will say, okay, we agree or we don't agree. So if we don't agree, we'll give you what's called a dissenting opinion. And if we do agree, we'll give you what's called an assenting opinion. And then that'll be your referral into the next path. So there's 3 levels of the mystery school, and you can no longer claim to be a layman after you go through the 3 levels. Typically, you need to pledge another school. So there's multiple schools in the mystery school, but the mystery school is only called, or you go into something actually rather specific, technical, and strategic. So I like that. Choose something for a year and a day. That's a very common hand fasting ritual, a year and a day, and then you do another hand fasting and you're together for 5 years, and then you renew your hand fasting every 5 years. That's very organic and ancient. I like that. So that's thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'm going to give this packaging 5 out of 5. Okay, so use these cards to aid your practice, but listen to your intuitive voice. Take what resonates most and adjust the spells, recipes, and chants and make them your own. So this even talks about after the time if the path speaks deeply within you, take part in the self-initiation rite. See the initiation card. Yeah, I'm giving this 5 out of 5. Okay. When crafting blends in oils, incense, and baths, remember that your nose is your guide, so adjust your own scent preferences. Always consult an herbalist for health questions or concerns before crafting and ingesting herbal teas and remedies. Be thoughtful when casting spells and remember that all will return to you threefold. Most importantly, embrace witchcraft as a practice that will introduce you to your own shadow self, pushing you towards transformation, like the moon, which will wax and wane, learning from every cycle of life. So there's more to read, but that's the intro. So I read the intro. Let's begin. Yeah, cool. So 78, I'll go through each 78 and we're refining how we do this series. It can't be going for an hour. So I will just go through all the cards and then I'll do a short reading. It's just a reading here in the back. And it'll be a quick sample reading. Maybe I was tripping. Okay, seems like I need to go back to the Cycle Fair and get a refund for that, correct? Okay, great. So, spider, weaving a web of magic. The spider's wisdom lies in precision, patience, and storytelling. Owl, while penetrating and observing eyes, owl are deep creatures that see and carry the gift of prophecy. I'm hearing the song, I'm wishing on a star. So I wonder if the star's going to be in here. Okay, so we're going through the familiars. Let's do it this way. Divine Spirit, magical tools that aid in altar. Divine Spirit, altar. They all have the same back. Cauldron. Book of Shadows, a witch's diary of spells, inspired poetry and lessons. I hope that one comes out. Candle. There's 78 of these. Athame. Witch's broom. Cup. Chalice. The receptive vessel used for divination, representing the feminine mysteries, health, wealth, and water. Wand. Circle. The wheel of the year. All seasons change, so do we. Pentagram. Hexagram. The six-pointed star reveals universal God, goddess, divine spirit energy, and uses it for invocations. Triple goddess. The sun. The sun has many incarnations in occultism, such as Ra, Apollo, Hyperion, and Surya. Moon. Air. An invocation for air to be used when calling the elements during a circle or invoking the clarity and freshness of air. Face the east direction of your circle. Hold up your athame and recite the following. Mary, meet east, element of air. We invite your winds into our circle and ask for your force to be and clarity in our rights. So mote it be. It also has a closing. I like these cards, but they seem rather plain. I don't think so. But I mean, I can definitely see many ways to use these tools here. Oh, that was fire. Here's water, earth, Venus, planet and Roman goddess of love, aesthetics, fairness, pleasure, and abundance. Pleasure and comfort are not the same. Comfort is the moon. Paramour. Okay, so now we're getting to the language of love. A classical love spell that attracts a mate. It's also the lover of your lover. Over the moon. So it's talking about making oils in this one. I'm so curious. So the spirits want to block us because they like to attack. Bed of roses. So now we've moved into the love section here. Enchantment. Bewitching beauty truly comes from a routine of self-love, self-care, and celebration. Create this butter for a daily dose of glamour magic. Yeah, girl, get it, get it. Sappho. Ooh, this is a little bit too Greek for me, but a Greek goddess and famed patron of same-sex love, Sappho dwells on the Isle of Lesbos, writing poetry that is meant to be sung and acquired by a lyre. I am not a female-bodied lesbian, but I identify with the lesbian mysteries, and I do love Greek love stories, especially same-sex ones, male or female. So I think like a lesbian. I feel like I'm a lesbian in the body of a gay man. Okay, herbs of love. A potpourri recipe to promote warmth, community, and respect. So I like this because it talks about communal love. Lover's knot. Separation. It says some love affairs must come to an end. So this is about cord cutting and breaking bonds. I hope that one comes out. Vesta. Okay, now I'm really digging this. The Vestal virgins of ancient Rome tended a sacred hearth, taking vows of chastity in honor of Vesta, the goddess of fertility, eternal flames, and protection. Four winds of success. The sweet smell of success to bless your home or work. This can be used to spark imagination, boost confidence, and bless a project. Lodestone. That's to charge your spells. I'm really enjoying this deck. Yes. Okay, Scales of Justice. La Justicia, a spell for decision making in legal matters or when situations require writing or balancing. La Fortuna, a lucky bag of talismans, charms, crystals, and messages to protect and bless your spells and carry on your travels. Prospero, prosperity, a money drawing. Rose of Jericho, again, more money drawing, abundance making. It's good for cleaning your floors, frankly. It's regeneration and resurrection. Okay, so now we're moving into the planets. Mercury. Abundia, another abundance goddess. Wow, this girl's really working it out. I'm enjoying this. I mean, I'm a little bit more indigenous. Jupiter, king of the gods. Okay, yeah, let's just keep going. This is really talks a lot about Greek and Roman. So both, it's just younger than the original practices that I use. Okay, so we have here Saturn. Yay! I love Saturn. I love, 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 love Saturn. Both God and planet Saturn is a taskmaster and a representation of Father Time. Okay, y'all, I really do love Saturn, let me tell you. I'm not kidding. Mama's really into Saturn. Okay. Uncrossing. Ooh, yeah. Totally cool. What does it say? Uncrossing is a rite of cleansing where we release mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical blocks. Okay. Kifi. Okay, so finally, Egyptian. All right, I did mention a few Egyptian things earlier. Daily purification, house blessing, healing, solar rituals, healing balm, natural healing balm to soothe your soul when you're under the weather. I'm still hearing that song, I'm Wishing on a Star. This is Kyron. I work a lot with Kyron. I call him a different spirit. In Africa, it's a Sakata spirit. We'll just say Lord Hayagriva. Wounded healer. Chiron is a centaur, which represents emotional healing. Also, but you heal through wounds and you discover your self-righteous power through wounds. That's a lot when I see somebody who needs to go through the lesson of absolute power, corrupts absolutely, the ability to wield power righteously with a lot of love, caring, and compassion. I use Chiron for that a lot. I use Chiron in my work a lot. And I use him in my astrology as well. I really use a lot of Chiron energy. Okay, hearth blessing. So basically bringing blessings to the home. Then read it. Richest bottle. Ooh, witch's bottle. A timeless spell for protection and deflecting negativity. Lucidity. This is a spell for bringing clarity. So I just heard two things, protection and confusion spell. And this song has been playing in my head. I'm wishing on a star to find out where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to find out what it means. And I wonder, 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 and I wonder. And it goes on. But, a couple things I'm picking up already is that there's some ex looking for us because they lost their abundance. When we were going through the abundance spells, I was hearing that. And then what else? I mean, I'm hearing a lot, but let's keep going. Also, we need protection. Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity, human psychosis, fracturing of the mind. Okay, so Yemaya is an Orisha. Yeah, this is true, beloved mother of all fishes and magic. Okay, so uh, Yemaya is the queen of the Mami Wata. She's not actually, Lisiren is, but she is the spokesperson of the Mami Orata. So in Voodoo, we call her Apuke a little bit. There's other names as well, Mami Wero. I'm Ablo, so it's the same family, the Mami Wata. So here it says Yemaya. So good, good. Not just Greek or Roman. Excellent. Egyptian and West African. Excellent. Gaia. Artemis. Gaia here is one of the Greek primordial goddesses, the embodiment of Mother Earth. Artemis is a moon goddess of the hunt, protectress, etc. Queen of the torches. This is for blending oils. It reminds you that we're all made of the stars. Epona. Celtic and Roman goddess of protection. Basically horses, cavalry, fertility, victory, freedom. I'm enjoying this deck a lot. I'm happy to have it. It was only $17. Come to me. I don't like summoning spells. I dislike them. But I do use them around justice spells. I call them drawing spells versus summoning spells because a summoning spell feels like taking away somebody's willpower. I do have a lot of camphor on hand, but I use it for protection. Also, calendula. I don't know, for some reason. It doesn't even have the herbs I use in here for drawing and summoning. Oh, because those are compulsion spells. Okay. I mean, I do benevolent magic, so don't worry, you all. But come to me. A classic potion oil blend for attraction. Okay. Using caution, dear witch, could be thoughtful about what you wish for. Yes, this is true. Dragon's blood ink. Ooh, I love this one. I like to make dragon's blood ink. It says it's better to make it here on a Tuesday. I use a different day. During the dark moon. It is true. You can make a lot of great things out of darker things. You can make a lot of benefits out of tragedies here. So, a popular blood red resin for adding power to any spell. Yeah, it does intensify any magic that you do. Dragon's blood ink can be crafted on a Tuesday or during the dark moon for accessing power from pain. There's more to say on that, but I'll leave that right there. That's that on that. Neptune. God and planet reveals dreams, illusions. Yep. Three muses. See, I use the Sumerian mystery of the three muses. So instead of it being whatever they're called here, Thalia, Calliope, and Polyphemia, I use Alat, Al-Uza, and Manat. That's an older mystery. Oshun, goddess of love. Yeah, she's very elegant. She's another Orisha, stone of power. Sacred stones to promote endurance, energy, and power. You can use stones for protection as well. Bridget. She has a holiday too. I'm trying to remember which holiday is hers. It's a Celtic goddess. She's a water and earth goddess. Mars, god of fire, ambition, desire, drives. That's Ogun or Havioso. Excuse me, that's Ogun, period. Ogun. Mars takes orders from the sun and Jupiter, so we call him Ogun Havioso. Ancestors. So that's the Igungun, the Chamba. Honor your ancestors by setting up a shrine to them on Samhain. Initiation. I hope this one comes out. Temple. Incense invokes the senses connected to the divine spirit and can be used to enhance daily meditation practice. The rite of passage dedicating oneself to witchcraft to be performed at any time during the year on any day or in any active practice. Okay, so we're getting close. Mugwort. Artemisia vulgaris, or mugwort, is an herb used in spells of divination, magic, and protection. Hecate. They call her the Queen of Witches, Dark Mother, Greek goddess of the underworld, crossroads, and the night sky, illuminates the past, present, and the future of life's unknown voyages. Third eye. I really like this deck. The third eye, also refers to as the inner eye or anja, corresponds to the sixth chakra in Hinduism. Ooh, opal, amethyst, and onyx. These are crystals. Onyx. I lost my mind for a second. Opal, amethyst, and onyx are stones and crystals that inspire magical thinking, timing, and intuition. I also am getting the three fates right now with this one. Aradia. They're using Strigeria magic here. Ooh, girl, thank you for putting diverse cultures here. I love Strega, Benedetia, Etruscan Roman remains. Etruscan magic to me was like my first lay priestesshood before I became initiated into a more formal path. A flying ritual inspired by Aradia, the Italian goddess of witchcraft, Strega or Etruscan goddess specifically, to induce visions and release inhibitions. You know, thyme, lemon balm, mugwort, moonstone, and calling her name 7 or 9 times before a dream really helps. Invoking her name, I should say. Scrying. I can teach you how to scry many different ways, not just with tarot cards. A black mirror, a pool of water, and a crystal ball are all ancient tools for use in scrying or divination. Also meditation and an open third eye. Priestess. When a priestess appears, she represents your future enlightened self, a material or maternal figure, and a source of divine inspiration. Well, that is irrelevant. Yay, okay, so we're down to the familiars. Whew, that was a lot. Yeah, Hecate. The Queen of Witches does not care. She said, do this work. Okay, owl. Penetrating and observing eyes. Owls are deep creatures that see and carry the gift of prophecy. Owl. Spider. Weaving a web of magic. Bat. Awaken to the uncomfortable moments. Wolf. Represents loyalty and protection. Serpent. The Ouroboros. Ouroboros. The serpent being in his tail. Okay, infinity and keeping a sacred knowledge, actually. But eternal life through transforming. Falcon, a mystic bird of communication, is a revered symbol of power. It's true, that's the only thing that can defeat the serpent. Bee, buzzing bee represents abundance, communication. This is the sign of Oshun. And the sweetness of life, this is true. Also, I like it because it's community building. And then cat is a legendary symbol of magic. It's can see through all the 9 dimensions. Okay, so we have Hecate. Good, still under an hour. Wow. So this will be a 10-card spread. Oh, so the cards do have, the different tools have different, okay. I didn't realize that before. So the different tools have different backgrounds. And this is not a tarot deck, it's an oracle deck for certain now. Okay. So some things I'm getting already. Oy. Excuse me. So I had a vision of somebody drawing their pentagram on the floor in dragon's blood, but that's like me. This is a separate room in my space where I do all my work. Not only do I see clients, but after the sun sets, this is where I do my sacred work. I have my altar here, multiple altars here. Some of them I can cover up and mask. I also have all of the supplies for everything, the candles, the incenses, everything. There's a special closet here even what has my specifically my ritual garbs. I have lots and lots and lots of different ritual garbs. I wear all white all the time unless it's ritual. Okay. On Friday I might wear black and at night I do wear black leather, but I have a lot of white leather. Okay. So first right away, I was picking up on the draw your pentagram in dragon's blood. Then I was getting also that you should create some kind of staff or wand that has moonstones in it with quartz crystal and labradorite or lapidar. Okay. Rhada fire, nature's wand, be changed, charged, potent, and swift with might. Okay, that doesn't rhyme. Rod of fire, nature's wand, be charged, potent, and swift with might. A wand is only as powerful as the actions, words, and energies behind it. Something about establishing your feminine power. Something about imposing your femininity over situations because it's about standing in the femininity. I don't understand everything that I'm picking up on right now, but that's what I'm getting. Um, There's also something about being able to navigate through the seasons. That Joni Mitchell song is still coming through. And the seasons, they go up and down. And the painted ponies go round and round. Carousel of Time. Joni Mitchell, I believe she's a witch. Most artists, singer-songwriters are witches, in my opinion. Um, so something about being able to navigate different portions of the year. There's a cold season, there's a warm season, there's a winter is representative of being alone, being isolated, being solitary. A wolf is both good alone and in a pack. So whether you're a solitary practitioner or not, and as the seasons change, we should as well. So we should have loyalty to our goddess and to ourselves. Now, sometimes the goddess that you work with, if there's a main goddess who has claimed you, that'll be what you call your patroness or your invisible master. Invisible master for people that work with multiple spirits is you'll have your patroness, your main goddess, like me, I'm Ablossi, but I have multiple spirits, actually a lot of spirits. So at any given time during the day, at any given time during the week, at any given time during the month, I will have to be held accountable to multiple different gods and goddesses, not just my own. So the ones that are not your main goddess, what you'll call your patroness, you'll call those your invisible masters or just your masters. Some people can see their guides, some people can't. Me, I am clairvoyant, but that's my least developed skill. I'm actually very clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant. I can smell really clearly. I can hear really clearly. In order to have visions, I usually need to take mushrooms. Okay, so draw your pentagram. Do that, do that, do that. Now, some people don't live in a place where you can draw permanently. So there's ways to set down your spiritual space. I just did work, so this is a little bit dirty. Don't judge me. Um, but you can have like, tiles that you set down when you do your work, and then you can actually do your drawing on it. Like you can put 5 or 6 of these together, lay it down so you have a temporary workspace, and then you can get out your dragon's blood marker or whatever and draw what you need to on here. And that's for those who like me. I have a whole separate room for my work. I live it and breathe it and sleep it and eat it and shit it. I'm all into the life. The craft is my whole everything. So I mean, I'm morning, noon, night, day in, day out, sunrise, sunset. I'm all about the craft. I'm all about the goddess. There's nothing else for me. Anything else is unacceptable. So not everybody when you're starting has that. I've been practicing for 23 years since I knew before, but when Charmed came on the air, it was October 1998. I knew, I knew, I knew. And within a month, I had my first tarot deck. Okay. So that was the original OG Charmed, but I had already known. I had been seeing numbers. I'm from a little bit of a witchy family as well. Um, but not everybody, when they start out, they don't have that fortune, that benefit, that blessing of having an open space to practice in, having a dedicated space, having a dedicated altar. So start where you can, but always do things in the circle and make sure that the circle is cleansed. So the circle isn't just about the space where you do your work, because your life itself can be the sacred container so that the goddess can perform certain acts, certain duties. All right, so just be mindful and remember that if you can. It says here to cast a circle, light 4 candles or 6, um, 1 for each element. And starting with the east, yeah, that's true. Place the candle. I usually walk around the circle 3 times, starting at the east, then the south, then the west, then the north. Yeah, that's true. I even lay the cards that way when I'm doing different. Okay, this girl knows what she's talking about. Okay, and then we have the sun here. So the sun can talk about cleansing, clearing. Also, when you call in the sun, you call in illumination, enlightenment, growth, vitality, renewal, cleansing even. And then we have the Queen of Witches here with the hexagram. So Hecate and hexagram, it talks about, so this is the cross. So this is the cross here. And this is, we have the cross here, also the pars fortune, and then the hexagram. So 4 verses 6, when you see a 4-armed goddess, they're talking about the divine law. The word is ritam. And then when you see a 6-armed goddess, they're talking about divinity, sacred divinity, the heavenly realm. They're also talking about the mind, having a divine mind. A universal symbol found in religions such as Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and many forms of occultism. It has been known as the talisman of Saturn. No, darling, Saturn is 7 or 8 points, the septenary. The hexagram is a different binary system, numerous system. Okay, so that's incorrect in my opinion. I won't accept that. Still 5 out of 5. I'm sure she has a reason. Nothing is screaming, get away from me, so that's fine. The hexagram symbolizes the integration of receptive and active matter. Work with wisdom and the hexagram by drawing on parchment paper, rice paper. Okay, she's telling you what to do for your magic, but I would advise something different. Okay. Okay, great. So the fact that hexagram and Hecate came tells me that the 7 that I was telling you is relevant because Hecate is Saturn, and Saturn is the queen or the boss energy of all the witches. Anything, if a person's doing magic and they don't have affinity to Saturn, they're lower on the hierarchy. They have a lower ranking in the spiritual world, which is fine. We all need servants. I'm just saying, okay? So in the middle of the reading, I was like, no, 7, not, don't say Saturn and 6. Don't do it, don't do it. To me, that's Venus. Venus is 6. Saturn is a different number. So the Queen of the Witches here came out with this hexagram. So there is something about Saturn specific, okay? It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything that was said resonates deeply with you, or if you want to check out the wish list for more decks to donate to the Mystery School, go ahead and check out the resources in the show notes. I think I may come back quite quickly, not quite certain. So until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, dandavat, and ashe. It's an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing the privilege to do so. Bye, everyone.